the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and commanded with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all men of Shechem all these words in their hearts, inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Balberith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house as Oprah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons upon the one stone. Notwithstanding yet Jotham and the youngest son Jerubbaal was left, for he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood on the top of Mount Gezerim, lifted up his voice, and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on the time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. But the olive tree said to them, Should I leave my fatness wherewith by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the trees said to the fig tree, Come thou, and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come thou, and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I have my wine, which cheereth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then all the trees said unto the bamboo, Come thou and reign over us. And the bamboo said unto the trees, If truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come down out of the bramble, and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely that ye have made Abimelech king, and if ye have dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands. For my father fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of the maidservant king over Shechem, because he is your brother. And if ye have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal, with his house this day, then rejoice in Abimelech, and let him rejoice in you. If not, let fire come out of Abimelech, and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Milo. And let fire come down from the men of Shechem and from the house of Milo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled, and went to Beer, and went to dwell there for fear of Abimelech his brother. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem, and the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech and their brother, which slew them, and upon men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait of him at the top of the mountains, and robbed all that came along by them. And it was told Abimelech. And God the son of Eded came with his brethren, and went to Shechem, and their men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields, and gathered the vineyards, and trod the grapes, and made merry, and went to the house of their God, and did eat and drink, and accused Abimelech. And God the son of Eded said, Who is Abimelech? Who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is he not the son of Jerubbaal? And Zebul his officer served the men of Hamor, and the father of Shechem. For why should we serve him? And would to God this people under my hand. Then I would remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase thine army, and come out. And when Zeuel and the ruler of the city heard the words of Gaal the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privily, saying, Behold, Gaal the son of Ebed and his brethren be come to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against thee. Now therefore up by night, thou and the people that is with thee, and lie in wait in the field, and it shall be in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, thou shalt rise early, and set upon the city, and behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against thee, Then may thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal the son of Ebed went out and stood in the entering and the gate of the city, and Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And Gaal saw the people, and he said to Zol, Behold, there come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zibal said unto him, Thou seest the shadow in the mountains as if for men. And God spake again, and said, See, there come people down in the middle of the land. Another company come along the plain of Menanonim. And there Zubal said unto him, Where now is thy mouth, wherewith thou sayest, Who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Is he not the people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray now, and fight against with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem, and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him, and many were overthrown and wounded, even unto entering out of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Arumah, and Zil thrust Gaal and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem. And it came to pass the morrow that the people went out in the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field. And look, behold, the people were come out of the city, and he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward and stood in the entering of the gate of the city, and 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day, and he took the city, slew the people that were therein, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And when the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into the hold of the house of the god Berith, and it was Abimelech, and all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech got up to the Mount Zalom, and he and the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down the bro from the trees, and took it, and laid it upon his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, and make haste, and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his bro, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set on hold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died, about 1,000 women. And then went Abimelech to Debez, and encamped against Debez, and took it. And there a strong tower within the city, and there and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and gat them on top of the tower. And Abimelech came onto the tower, and fought against it, and went hard at the door onto the door of the tower, to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. And he called hastily the young man and his armor bearer, and said unto him, Draw thy sword, and slay me, that the men say not of me, A woman slew him. And his young men thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. And God rendered wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father, in slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal. And after Abimelech there arose to defend Israel, Tola the son of Petuah, the son of Dodo, the son of Iskar, and he dwelt in Shimmer in the mountain of Ephraim. And he judged Israel 23 years, and died, and was buried in Shechem. After arose Jatir Gileadite, and judged Israel 22 years. He had 30 sons, and rose on 30 Ascolts, and had 30 cities, which are called Havanojar unto this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And Jair died, and was buried in Chemon. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served the Baalim and Asheroth, and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and forsook the Lord, and served him not. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel. And he sold them into the hands of the Philistines, and unto the hands of the children of Ammon. And that year they vexed the oppressed of the children of Israel 18 years, all the children of Israel that were on the other side of the Jordan, in the land of the Amorites, and which is in Gilead. Moreover, the children of Ammon passed over Jordan to fight against Judah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, and Israel was sore distressed. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, saying, We have sinned against thee, because we have forsaken God and served Baalim. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, Did not I deliver you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon and from the Philistines, and the Zidonians, and said also, and the Amalekites and the Mannonites did oppress you, and ye cried unto me and delivered you out of the hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods, therefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry to the gods which ye have chosen, and let them deliver you in the time of tribulation. And the children of Israel went unto the Lord, and said, We have sinned. Do thou unto us whatsoever seemeth good unto thee. Deliver us only, we pray thee, this day. And they put away the strange gods from among them, and served God, and his soul was grieved for the misery of Israel. And the children of Ammon were gathered together and encamped Gilead, and the children of Israel assembled themselves together and encamped Mizpah. And the people and princes of Gilead said to one another, What man is he will begin to fight against the children of Ammon, and he shall head over all inhabitants of Gilead. さて、ヨルダンの西側の産地、平王たち、すなわち、ヘテ人、アモリ人、カナン人いて、心を合わせて、相集まって、ヨシュアおよびイスラエルと、ヨシュアじゃなくて、四季の9章。さて、エルバールの子、アビメレクはシケムに行き、母の身内の人たちのもとに行って、彼との母の父の家の一族に言った。どうぞシケムのすべての人々の耳に告げてください。エルバルのすべての子70人であなた方に治めるのと、ただび一人であなた方を治めるのと、どちらが良いか私にあなた方の骨肉であることを覚えてくださいと。そこで母の身内の人たちにアビマレクに代わってこれらの言葉ことごとくシケムのすべての人々の耳に告げると、彼らは心をアビマレクに傾け、彼は我々の兄弟だと言ってバールヘリゴテの宮から銀70シケルを取って彼に与えた。アビマレクはそれを持ってヤグサのならず者を雇って自分に従わせ、オフラにある父の家に行って、エルバールの子で自分の兄弟である70人を一つの石の上で殺した。ただし、エルバールの末の子、ヨラムは身を隠してたので生き残った。そこでシケムのすべての人々と、ベテミオロとすべての人々は集まり行って、シェケムにある石の柱の傍らにテビヌの木の下でアビマレクを立てて王とした。このことをヨタムが告げるものであったので、ヨタムは言って、シゲムの山の頂に立ち大声で叫んで彼らに言った。シゲムの人々よ、私に聞きなさい。そうすれば神はあなた方に聞けるであろう。ある時、諸々の木が自分のたちの上の王を立てようと出て行って、オリブの木に言った。私たちの王になってください。しかしオリブの木は彼に言った。私はどうして神と人との崇めるために用いられる私の油を捨てていって、諸々の木を治めることはできましょう。諸々の木はまた一育の木に言った。wait, what? 私たちの王になってください。しかしオリーブの木は、私はどうして神と人とを崇めるために用いた油を捨てていって、諸々の木を治めることはできよう。諸々の木はまた、一育の木に言った。木で私たちの王にしてください。しかし、一育の木は彼に言った。私たちはどうして神と私たちの良い果実とを捨てていって、諸々の木とを治めることができましょう。諸々の木はまた、ブドウの木に言った。来て私たちの王になってください。しかし、ブドウの木は彼に言った。私はどうして神と人とを喜ばせる私のブドウ酒を捨てていって、諸々の木のを治めることができよう。そこで全ての木は茨に言った。来て私たちの王になってください。茨の諸々の木に言った。あなた方が真実に私を立 って王にするならば、来て私の影に難を避けなさい。そうしてしなければ、茨から火が出て、レバノンの香木に焼き尽くすでしょう。あなた方がアビマレクを立てて王にしたことは真実と敬意と思ってしたものですが、あなた方はエルバールとその家をよく扱い、彼の行いに応じてしたのですが、私たちの父はあなた方のために戦い、自分の命を抜け出して、あなた方のミデアンの手から救い出したのに、あなた方は今日私の父の家に反抗して怒り、その子70人を一つの石の上で殺し、その腰元の子アビマレクをあなた方の身内のもので、あらゆる岩に立てて、シケムの人々の王にしました。あなた方が今日、エルバールのその家になされたことが真実と敬意を持ってしたものであるならば、エノコのために喜びなさい。彼もまたあなた方のために喜ぶでしょう。しかし、そうでなければ、アビマレクから火が出て、シケムの、Yep, oh, okay.